Hello students, today we are going to do a very important topic, and this topic is from your class 12th business studies subject. The name of the chapter is marketing management, and the topic which I am going to discuss with you is objections to advertising. This is a very important topic of marketing management chapter. The question which we normally get from this topic is, are critics justified in raising objections against advertising or not? So before we do this, you should know who are critics. You all have heard of movie critics. What they do is they watch a movie, then they give their review. Do they like the movie or not? What is wrong in that movie? And they give the stars to the movie. So basically critics are there to critically analyze a particular thing. Are critics justified in raising objections against advertising? So critics have certain objections and criticism against advertising, and we have to see whether that criticism is true or not. So in this, what we are going to do is we are going to see what critics have against advertising. So that will be depicted with red, and then we have to see that whatever criticism is given by the critics, is that true or not, and we are going to depict that with green. So the first objection which critics have against advertising is it adds to the cost. So according to critics, advertising unnecessarily adds to the cost of product, and this cost is ultimately passed on to the buyer in the form of higher prices for the product. If you put an advertisement in newspaper, it costs lot of money to the marketer. Similarly, for few seconds of advertisement in TV, lakhs of rupees is to be spent by the marketers. So all the money which we spent on the advertising, this add to the cost of the product, and ultimately the buyers are getting the product at a higher price. If advertisement is avoided, the major part of the cost is reduced, and due to which the price of the product can be kept low. But it is because of advertising, the customers are getting a product at a higher price. Now we are going to see whether the whatever critics are saying related to this, is that correct or not. So with the advertisement, do you all agree that demand increases because more and more people know about the product? And with the increase in demand, there is higher production, because to cater to the higher demand, you need to produce. And if you produce on a large scale, the benefit which you get is economies of scale. You all must be aware of what economies of scale. Like you can see here, in this picture you can see that if you are producing 10 units, the cost per unit comes out to be 2 per unit. If you produce more units, let's say 50, the cost reduces to 1.5 per unit. And if you produce even more, 100 units, the cost per unit comes around to rupees 1 per unit. So bigger is often cheaper. So if you do anything on large scale, your cost of production goes down. So this is called as economies of scale. So with the advertisement, demand increases, and with the increase in demand, the marketer need to produce on a large scale, and with large scale production they are getting a benefit of economies of scale, and with this the per unit cost of production comes down. So it lessens the burden of consumer rather than adding to it. So you can see that critics are saying it adds to the cost, and we have proved critics wrong by saying no, advertisement doesn't add to the cost, rather it lowers the overall cost of the production. Objection number 2. Advertisement undermines social values and promote materialism. So what critics say about this is that advertising breeds discontentment among people as they come to know about the new product, and they feel really dissatisfied with their present state of affairs, and they feel that whatever they have there with them, it is of no use, and they are not able to buy the new things which are there in the market. And some advertisement also show some new lifestyles which may not have a social approval in our lifestyles or our lives. So this is what critics are saying. Now we are going to see that how we can prove our critics wrong. Our aim will be not to agree with the critics but to prove them wrong. So is because of advertisement, buyers are informed about the new products which may be improvement over the existing products, and if buyers are not told about these new products, they'll keep on using those old and inefficient products. So the job of advertising is to give you the information, and they provide a lot of choice to the buyers, and they come to know about the new products which are there in the market. In fact, advertisement does not promote dissatisfaction, rather it motivates us to work hard so that we can buy those new improved products. What critics are saying is that advertisement undermines social values and promote materialism. And how we have proved them wrong is we are saying no, advertisement actually motivate us to work hard and buy new and the better things. Objection number 3. Advertisement confuses the buyer. So critics say that there are a lot of advertisements on TV which make the similar claim, and buyers get confused as to which product is good and on which advertisement they should rely on. For example, there are so many ads of toothpaste, everyone claiming that it will make your teeth shining, sparkling. So as a buyer, you get confused as to whom you should believe, and you're not able to decide what toothpaste to buy. So this is what critics are saying, that advertisement confuses the buyer. So now we have to prove our critics wrong. Critics say that it confuses the buyer, but we all are rational human beings, and we can make our decisions for purchase of product based on factors such as price, quality, size, etc. And these advertisement, they doesn't confuse, rather we can easily take the decision based on the information provided by the advertisement, and we can also refer to various sources before taking a decision to buy a product. For example, if you want to buy a mobile, you can see the information which is there on various websites or newspapers, and you can also refer to your friends who have already purchased that mobile, and then you can take the decision of buying a mobile which is more suitable to you. So advertisement doesn't confuses you. So we can see that here critics are saying that advertisement confuses the buyer, and how we have proved it wrong is advertisement does not confuses us but provide us with a choice, and we are intelligent enough, rational enough to take a decision as to which product is best. Objection number 4. Advertisement encourages sale of inferior product. So critics say that advertisement does not distinguish between superior and inferior product and persuade people to buy products even though they are inferior. Like if you want to buy a washing powder, you have a choice to buy Nirma, which is available at rupees 40 per kg, or you can buy Surf Excel, which is available at 175 rupees per kg. So whether it is superior product or inferior product, everybody claims that it is very good, and advertisement does not distinguishes between what is superior and what is inferior, and they make similar claims for everything. So now we are going to prove our critics wrong. Our critics are saying that advertisement does not distinguish between superior and inferior, and it encourages us the sale of inferior products. In fact, inferiority or superiority depends upon the quality, which is a relative concept, and desired level of quality will depend upon the economic status and the preferences of the target customers. Advertisements sell products of a given quality and buyers will buy them if it suits their requirement. So, whether the product is good or bad, it's up to you to decide which one you want, and it depends upon your economic status, your liking, and preferences also. So, in fact, advertisement is providing you with the information of different type of goods available, superior, inferior. They're not telling that they are superior, inferior, but you can easily see which one is superior and which one is inferior, and you can buy the products according to your liking. So critics are saying that advertisement encourages sale of inferior product, but how we are proving our critics wrong is people will buy things according to their economic status and preferences. So the last objection is objection number 5. Some advertisements are offensive or bad in taste. So what critics are saying is that there are some advertisement which show something which is not approved by some people. Advertisement showing women running when not required, or running because man is using a particular type of perfume or a suit, is certainly not good. Some advertisement they distort the relationship, like mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, or employer-employee. So some advertisements, they are quite offensive and they show something which does not find approval in our society. So you have seen this advertisement. Here you can see that they are showing something that if you are dark complexion or if you are black in color, people will not like you. But if you're fairer, so everybody. So they are showing something which people may not like. So now we have to prove our critics wrong. Critics are saying that some advertisements are offensive or bad in taste. Whether the advertisement is good taste or bad taste, it is a matter of a personal opinion, and even the standard of taste change over a period of time. So what is good or bad differ from person to person, time to time, or from generation to generation. For example, the ad which you like very much may not be liked by your grandmother, or the advertisement which I hate, maybe you find that ad very good. So it differs from person to person, time to time, generation to generation. There may be some chances of misuse of advertising as a tool where you're showing something which is not good, but this can be properly safeguarded by the law by developing some code of conduct by the advertisers, and by self-regulation. All such things can be avoided. So critics are saying that advertisements are offensive or bad in taste, and you're saying that good or bad is a matter of personal opinion, and if law is there, these things can easily be avoided. So you have seen that critics have these 5 objections against advertising, and we have seen that most of the criticism against advertising are not entirely true. So critics are not justified in raising objections against advertising. In the changed economic environment of globalization, advertising is a very important tool of marketing. Advertisement helps the firm in effectively communicating with the target market, and this increases the sale of the product, and with this the per unit cost of production is reduced, and it also adds to the social cause by giving a boost to production, and it also generates employment. Notes and questions on this topic, you can check our blog how the same question can be asked in different ways and how you have to answer. For that you can check our blog www.bstclass12.blogspot.in. Thank you.